And we're live. Hello, hello, everyone. I'm so happy you made it back to our weekly Monday afternoon stream, at least to all the European people that are watching. Maybe US morning if you're sitting there, or deep in the night in Australia or in Asia, whatever. Yes, today's art is a bug friend, exactly. And isn't this a cutie one? Thank you for shining the spotlight, Kattenquart. Exactly. We are here for another iteration for the weekly Homebrew Challenge for Daggerheart. In this channel, challenge. In this challenge, every week I will provide a new artwork for the community to get inspired by and create something for Daggerheart, whether it be an adversary, an environment, maybe a whole subclass, maybe a whole adventure if people want to. Although, I mean, people haven't created an adventure quite yet, but perhaps in the future someone might be inspired to do so. Yes, a totally not creepy bug friend. Definitely friend-shaped and cute. I agree. I agree. A little bit of an announcement. Today won't be an as long stream as the last times, where I was like 2 hours streaming, because I have a tight schedule. So today I will only stream for about an hour, and because of that, I already like pre-designed something, and it perfectly loops into what Kattenquart is saying. That this is totally not creepy, and it is bug shaped as well, but friend shaped. And if you want to have a look, wait, haha, over here. I am currently using the Heart of Daggers Homebrew Vault to design a adversary based on this piece of artwork. It doesn't have a name yet, but I know that it will be a tier 2 skulk. But it is not really a tier 2 skulk. So to all the people who might not know, skulks is a type of adversary in Daggerheart that is basically stalking the PCs. These are like some semi-invisible or ambushing pack animals, for example, or things that is creeping up on you and attacking you and biting you in the leg or whatever. So the creepy crawlies. And this thing looks like a creepy crawly, but it is not actually a creepy crawly, because the whole idea of this little adversary that I thought up, or that I will actually start creating on stream, but I like the concept I made. I thought about it beforehand already. So the concept is, it is when the PCs encounter it for the first time, it is a tier 2 skulk, but then during the or when this little encounter progresses, they can find out that these are not actually skulks, but rather a social adversary that they can befriend. That's why I already added this little reaction at the bottom. Friends ? Can be befriended somehow. We still have to make this up. And then once I finish this little adversary, I will go over here to this little document and try to see if we can come up with something to give it a few features that would happen if you befriended it. That's basically the whole idea. And I just realized that chat is now overlaying with the companion mechanic. I don't want that. Let me try to real quick fix that for us. And I think I know exactly how to do that, because I'm getting more and more knowledgeable about this whole shebang here. Better, not quite there yet. I mean, this is now my, like the 4th or 5th stream, so eventually you would anticipate me learning. Anyways, great. Oh, definitely. I mean, you can tell. You're already doing such a good job when you're streaming. It looks very professional. Kattenquart, just saying. Alrighty. So, first things first. Maybe I can mention this as well. This whole little homebrew challenge thing that I'm doing every week This is not just something that I'm doing, but that the whole community can join in as well. Not usually, I always create a Reddit post about this where I provide the artwork. I mention from which artist this artwork is coming from. For this week, once again, it's from Reparatus Art. They were, or we were actually lucky enough that they gave us permission to use this artwork for our little homebrew challenge. And yeah, I basically asked the community to come up with something and to create something. And exactly, you can follow the link if you like. Jamie Raven just showed you a little bit of information in chat, which is great. And yes, I'm confused. I think I should just start. Anyways, let's get the ball rolling for today. So we are having this little worm. I think wait, what is its name actually? I don't know if did I give it a name, because I think in the original, no, it was something abyssal worm or something. Because there's also a large variant of this. So this is like a baby abyssal worm. And then there's a definitely super creepy large version, which I don't have currently, but whatever. We are starting with this. And it's just so cute. So it's a little abyssal worm. And yes, so I mentioned it is a tier 2 skulk, but actually it's also a social. But I think in here, if people have not used the Homebrew Vault yet, just very recently, I think last week, Matt from Heart of Daggers, who is the heart of soul of Heart of Daggers, and they're awesome. Thank you, Matt. They updated their Homebrew Vault, and specifically the Adversary and Environment section, because now you can directly inside of these stat blocks, you can write and change something, yada yada, make them bold, make them italic, whatever. So you can immediately write inside of this, which is beautiful. Like, add a new experience. It's cute, creepy, crawly, +2. Ah, no. Here we go. But no, do not. Niklas, take your time. Creepy, crawly. Take your time. Do not mess with it. +2. Save. Here we go. Okay, apparently plus is not 2 is fine. Great. So you can immediately, inside of these stat blocks, work with this, and that is a really beautiful feature. And hello, Adventure lies ahead. Go ahead and lurk. That is perfect. So yeah, really cool feature. I can highly recommend this. And this is where I will start typing. So you can ignore everything that is here on the left side of the screen. This is where you would have usually made all of the adjustments, but now you don't have to. And now let's just figure out a few of these stats for this little, as of yet untitled adversary. And you know what? What I just realized, I forgot to add music to this little stream. But what do you think, guys? Do you need music, or is my voice fine enough? I could add a little bit of lo-fi music in the back. Would you guys like that? Because what I'm usually doing is I start up Spirit City. If you don't know it, if you don't know that, it's a really beautiful, really beautiful, like idle. It's not a game. It's I think it's a production. No, what is it? What is the word? Jamie Raven, if you know the genre of Spirit City, let me know. It's basically something you let run on the screen, where you have some production tools in there, like a timer that you can set for yourself, where you can adjust music and ambience music, have something beautiful and nice to watch. Productivity tool, yeah, exactly. Gamified focus tool, yes, perfect. This. And I basically just use it for the lo-fi music because it's creator free, and because of this, you can use it in streams as well. I am just starting this up and see if I can do it, if I can feed it in. if some of you feel inspired to also create something for Daggerheart, that would be pretty fun as well. Let us know what you're creating or what you're thinking up of. All right, so perhaps if I have everything aligned, I think you should hear music. What? How is it for you? Do you like it? I think something should play now. Please let me know. Yes, perfect, great, good. Now we have everything set up. I guess I can be lucky and happy that I actually unmuted myself when I started the stream. Okay, great. Let's continue. So, we have a tier 2 Skulk. And we need stats for that. So, as I mentioned, or as I basically always mention, my first go-to thing when I design adversaries is Right Knight to Fights, or Right Knight's Making Custom Adversaries Guide, which is for free on Heart of Daggers. It's awesome, and there you have all of the guidance that you need for initially setting up the difficulty, thresholds, HP, stress, the attack patterns, whatever, just so that you can get an idea of like in which range does my particular adversary land, and then you can still modify it afterwards, of course, if depending on vibes or the specific mechanisms or features. But like just to get a general idea, I usually go with this. And as I mentioned, we're doing a tier 2 adversary, a Skulk. And they recommend difficulty between 12 and 14. So let's go with the golden middle. 13. Major threshold should be between 7 and 9. I usually always go with with the middle. Something smells fishy here. I don't like that. Interesting. Something smells like hot plastic. Interesting. I hope my computer is not burning up. Probably only coming. Jamie Raven, if you have the window open, do you smell it as well? Or is it just me? Anyways, thresholds. HP usually between 3 and 5. I think this little dude is more on the smaller side regarding HP. For stress, let's look up the attack. I don't think that this guy can actually attack a lot, or rather that it is doing strong attack. So I will go on the lighter side. So an attack modifier usually is recommended between 3 and 7. I think if it wants to, it can hit. So I will give it a high modifier because it has like really strong mandibles. I think this will definitely help them to hit. Ah, come on. Is this the way to do it? Oh, eh. Wait, seriously? You're telling me for tier 2, it usually goes between 0 and 4, and that's why no, seriously, but I want to give it 5. Okay, I can probably just ignore that. Anyways. Yeah, exactly, yeah. Hopefully, I mean, no, I shouldn't say that. I would hope that Matt is watching, but if he's watching, he's not working on this. Anyways, I think let's give it just a regular bite attack. If it bites, it will do it with its strong mandibles that you see on screen. Melee seems fine by me, and I want to be on the not so dangerous side. So usually, oh no, wait. Ah, haha. No, I see. It is between 2 and... Oh, it's between 2 and... No, wait, what? No, it's fine. I'm confused. Anyways. 2d8 plus 3, 2d6 plus 3 seems more aligned, I think. 2d6. 2d6 is fine by me. I just keep it on the lower side. 2d6 physical damage. And is it telling me that it's too low? It is telling me it's too low. I mean, I like it. I like that the tool is telling you that for this particular enemy, these values are too low. That is neat, but I hope it's not enforcing it. Like, if I want to save it later, that it's not enforcing this particular thingy. Anyways, so we have all of these stats for this. So now look at what I want to do. Okay, cool. We have a tier 2 Skulk that is secretly in disguise a social adversary. And I already sketched out its features. So first I want to give it a passive feature, frightfully cute. But the idea is that the PCs are not seeing it initially as cute. Initially, I want the PCs to be afraid of it, that it's like, oh my god, a giant centipede or whatever. It looks super toxic and super dangerous. So I want when these things are appearing in the scene that the PCs are getting frightened. So probably something like this. Oh, right. We also need a name for this awesome thing. So if you guys have suggestions for fun little names, or just they don't need to be necessarily need to be fun, but if you have suggestions for names, please let me know. That would be cool. For now, I will just use it. I will just use what I call it in my folder structure, Abyss Worm. When the Abyss Worm enters the scene. Oh yes, it lets out a loud, menacing scream of happiness. But the PCs don't know that. Each PC or rather each target in far range has to succeed on a instinct or presence reaction roll or mark 2 stress. Love that. It's fun. It is just so happy to see the PCs. When the Abyss Worm enters the scene, it lets out a loud menacing screech. Sounds better. Is this the right way of writing screech? Probably double E, right? Yeah, it's double E. Okay. All right. I mean, this is fine enough. Frightful entrance. I think I will give it this name. All right. Now we want to let the GM know at least that this little Abyss Worm is not actually dangerous, but rather looking for a friend. So, I think I will not assign a mechanic to it, but rather have this narrative. So just have like a. Okay, you will see what I'm doing. Okay. Okay. All right, here we go. Looking for a friend feature. The Abyss Worm is not actually hostile towards the PCs. Their way of showing sympathy just differs from humanoids. I think this is fine. Write it like to write it like this. Humanoids or from PCs, whatever. Regardless of what the PCs think the Abyss Worm is doing. Regardless of what the PCs might think the Abyss Worm is doing, they are just here to give out gifts and make friends. And what is this thing that is happening here? Okay. Name idea. Oh yeah, please. A berry bug crawler. Oh, that's cool. Berry bug larva. A berry bug could make a companion that grows into something bigger. Ah. Ah. Oh. Ooh, I like the idea. I like the idea. Oh shit. Okay. Herdenquart, you're good. You're good. Let's add something. It's only a larva. Yes. Oh my god, this is getting bigger and bigger by the minute. I just wanted to keep it short for today, but this idea is really good. What would you say if the companion, well, like, as I mentioned, there's this feature, friends, which means that the PCs can befriend this thing. And then once they have befriended it, they get this as a companion. And then this will get a couple of features that I have to define later. But perhaps when the PCs are increasing in tier, so when they go from tier 2 to tier 3, this thing is also growing. And these features are getting stronger. This could be fun. Or maybe it's just growing once. I think this is probably the better way. No. I don't want to make it... Okay. I already have so many more ideas now on how this could happen. For example, that this goes through a whole metamorphosis cycle. So now it's a lava, then on tier 3 it's a cocoon, and then on tier 4 it's a full-blown moth or butterfly now. Let's keep it simple for now. And focus on this. Anyways, so this little... Right, you were giving ideas for the thing. So I think I like the way I like the wording crawler. It is really cool. Berry bug. I mean, berry is already something really soft and nice. I think I want to give it a rather creepy name, but like something that once you know the meaning and once you know its true intent, that where now it's not creepy anymore, but now it's rather cute, the name, if that makes sense. Anyways, I will call it berry bug crawler for now because it's really fun, and then we can see where this is going from there. All right, I'm always a big proponent of adversaries and environments that always have something to do for the GM. So what I mean by that is to always have adversaries that have a fear feature. So spend a fear to do something fun or challenging. And I want to stress once again, Daggerheart, fear is the resource for the GM, and GMs also want to have fun. And just because GMs in Daggerheart spend fear doesn't mean that it is something evil and something bad. It is just something that challenges the players or challenges the world around them to make it more fun and more interesting, right? Because I've been in so many games where my players were like, "Oh my god, he has so much fear, and now he's going to F with all of us now. Oh, when he's going to spend all of them." No, fear is just a fun thing to challenge people. Anyways, so I'm fine. I'm done with the tangent. Okay. What should be its fear move? Because my idea is that this thing is, once it enters the scene, it's giving out this loud screech that the PCs might misinterpret, or hopefully they will, and then it will basically scuttle towards them and attack them, but rather the attacking part is basically it scuttles over them and places something into their hands or into their bags. And this something is then the gift or present. What could be a fun little feature, a fear feature, spend a fear to because I don't want this thing to attack. I rather want something, perhaps a misunderstanding, an active misunderstanding that perhaps this little crawler is nibbling on someone's finger and this is being perceived as an attack. Because the whole idea is that I have later here as defense mechanism, as a reaction, that when this little crawler is getting attacked, or when someone acts against the little crawler guy, so when they try to frighten them or when they try to kick them away or whatever, that it will go into a little defensive stance, and that this is actually something dangerous for the players. That this is where, right, so if they don't do damage, should they do damage? I was just thinking if I should decrease the damage if I don't want them to be hostile. Nah, it's fine. It's fine. Anyways, why I can work on that for now and then come back to our to my little fear move here. Okay, so when the PCs attack or act against this worm, maybe it behaves like a big excited dog and hurries over and tries to tackle them with, oh yes, tries to tackle them with kindness. That is okay, got it. Tackle with kindness. Yes, love that, that is fun. Or act against them. The abyss worm will ball up and defend themselves. Will ball up and go into a defensive stance. This could also be something. Nope, I'm not. Nope. Continue. ADHD brain, stay on track. You're not thinking about monks now. Because I read the word stance and was thinking like, ooh, different stances, similar what the brawler has. No. The abyss worm will ball up and go into a defensive stance. What do I want this to be? Should they excrete something or... Wait, first thing, increasing their difficulty by +7 to be at 20 difficulty. Or no, increasing their thresholds. Yes, increasing their thresholds. This makes more sense because it's not difficult to hit this thing when it's just balled up, but it's like very tanky. Okay. Increasing their thresholds, or rather not increasing, but changing their thresholds to something extremely high. 818, we have tier 2 at tier 2 players, so normal damage, I think at least double it, right? Why not completely double it? 1632. Okay. While in this defensive position, every time they are attacked, they release a similar to a skunk that is basically, or honey badgers do this as well, where they basically show you their bud and they shoot a like a secretion at you, which is highly toxic and disgusting to smell at. Yeah, why not? They release a, what is it? A secretion of smelly liquid? But rather not disgusting. The secretion of a disgusting liquid, huh? Disgusting, no, smelly. Is there a stronger word than smelly in the English language? Do we have any English, yes, English natives here? Wow, English. DuckDuckGo, be my friend. Foul smelling could be a good. Well, foul smelling is not too bad. A foul, stench. I think stench. But is there like Benches? No, right? This is not a word. No, this is not a word. Okay. Foul smelling. While in this defensive position, every time they are attacked, they release a secretion of a foul-smelling liquid, causing the attacker to I don't want to give it just another marker stress. What could I do as well? Yeah, why not? To lose a hope. Just because they attacked a cute little thing. Here we go. So. So we have defensive mechanism, a reaction when the PCs attack or act against them, the Abyss Worm will ball up and go into a defensive position, changing their thresholds to 1632. While in this defensive position, every time they are attacked, they release a secretion of a foul-smelling liquid, causing the attacker to lose a hope. Love it. Great. Great, great, great. So now let's tackle the kindness. Tackle with kindness. Spend a fear. Yeah, stop it. As well, spend a fear to let the Abyss Worm tackle their target. Out of excitement. To let the Abyss Worm tackle their target out of excitement. Out of fear excitement. PC must succeed on a strength reaction roll or falls prone. Is this a D&D thing, falls prone, or is this a thing that people also just say? Falls over. Wait. What is the literal translation of prone? Yeah, I think this is probably a D&D thing. So, we stay clear of it. The PC must succeed on a strength reaction roll or falls to the ground. Or is arrested to the ground. No, or falls to the ground. Taking these are tier 2 players, so 1d6 is always minor. Yeah, 1d6 physical damage. Great, because this action can also be misinterpreted as something dangerous, which I quite like the idea of, like, everything this thing does can also be misinterpreted as something dangerous, something attacking, but it's just so full of love. I love this image. All right. We have this. We don't have the friend's reaction yet. Because how do we want the players to be able to befriend it? Oh, right. Wait. Did I forget about that? Because I wanted to have also another feature. Wait a minute. Action. Wait, can I? Alright, I probably have to do it here. Why are you not? Ah, here we go. Now it's updating. Wait. Ah, okay. I was super confused what the thing did. Okay, here we go. Yes. I want to have another action, and this is gift giver. I'll just call it for now. Because I also... Is this getting too big of an adversary already? Probably not. I'm just doing it. Whatever. It's just optional. So, market stress to let the... didn't I have this before already somewhere? Didn't I write this before somewhere? No, whatever. Market stress to let the abyss worm place an item into the into a PC's bag. This is meant as a gift. But I think... Oh, right. This was my initial idea that I had. That the GM can spend a fear to have this item be a completely different... Like something unpleasant. So, like a piece of horse shit. Like a little nice ball of horse shit. And, which this abyss worm thinks it's a beautiful gift, and it is now placing into the player's bag. I think I'd rather keep it. I think I'd rather keep it like that. I think I keep it like that. This seems fine to me. This is just a plain, nice little action gift giver, but I want to rename it. Take this. No. Why not just gift giver? It's fine. Okay. To let the abyss worm place an item. Yeah. Stop marking everything. An item of their choice into a PC's bag. This is meant as a gift. Defense mechanism, friends. Okay. So, because the idea is that when the PCs are realizing that this thing is not actually dangerous, they can provide a gift of their own. And then it, like, once it has received something from the PCs and not getting shown hostility, then it can become a friend. So, when the... what? This tool is a bit buggy. When the PCs are... gifting something in return, the abyss worm will be satisfied and and excited to have found new friends. Now would be the idea, what do I want to make this a companion? Because we don't have in the vault, we don't have a custom thing that we can just basically make, like a custom card or whatever. Quite yet, perhaps. Matt, please make this. Thank you. I think I will for now make it a card, like a loot item that people can take. Okay. Take the abyss worm companion card. So, when the PCs are gifting something in return, the abyss worm will be satisfied and excited to have found a new friends. To have found a new friend. When a PC gifts something in return, the abyss worm will be satisfied. Blah blah blah. Take the abyss worm to main card. Okay, perfect, great, cool. So now we want a name. Berrybug crawler is already neat. Tendril crawler, maybe? No. Wait, I have to look at the image. Where are you? are you? There you are. Let me look at this image enlarged to get some ideas. It has multiple eyes, multiple legs. It does look like excuse me. It does look like something from the deep sea because of its long, what is it, beard appendages? Do I go with a berry bug crawler? Berry bog. Maybe berry bog crawler? Because bog is already quite, at least in my mind, like filthy, smelly, because it has this, and it's associated with hags and such. So I think I like that berry bog crawler. Kattenquad, if you're there, are you fine with me calling it berry bog crawler? Please let me know. How large do we want this thing to be? A large 20 feet, like 20 feet. A large centipede like crawler with... What are these things called? Like... Long protruding appendages at its head. What else do we want to give it? Its head and I just want to refer to it. What is this called in English? Sure, why not? Set of teeth. That is very easy. Where do I write? Here we go. And sharp. Is this too harsh? And did I write it wrong? Dict.cc, please help me with my English. Yep, this word was right at this time. Solidarity is this. Solitude, I think is... No, yeah, exactly. Solidarity is solitude. That's the one. That's the one I was looking for. It thrives in groups and withers in solitude. I think that seems fine. That seems better. Great. So, I will go with berry bog crawler from now on, and this thing needs to be changed to berry bog crawler. Da-da-da. Da-da-da, da-da-da-da, the windy. Berry bog crawler is doing this one. Ah, come on. Now I learned from my mistakes. This is a very chunky stat block for just a tier 2 Skunk adversary. But I quite like it. Let's change this. Overwhelm with kindness. Or rather aggressive kindness. Yes. As its experience. A large centipede-like bug crawler with long protruding appendages at its head and a sharp set of teeth. It thrives in groups and withers in solitude. Wait, what happened here? What the heck? Why is this now always? What is this? Okay, apparently there are still a few bugs, but I'm pretty sure, I mean, we're working with a bug. But let's see if this all makes sense. Okay. Yes, I think we're done with this. So now, last thing we do, and the last... Okay, I started late. I started late, I have 10 more minutes. Okay, great. Let's work on the companion mechanic. Once people have befriended this little dude, new companion, when the berry bug crawler has been befriended, they gain the below features. Fetch, frighten, defense. The defense mechanism I will take immediately from this. Defense mechanism when the berry bug crawler is attacked. It will ball up and go into a defensive position, changing their thresholds. I think I can change this. Difficulty 13, thresholds. Okay, if I do it like this, then people, the GM, or the players know what is the difficulty, or rather the evasion and the thresholds. Okay, perfect. While in this defensive position, every time they are attacked, they release a secretion of a foul-smelling liquid, causing the attacker to mark stress. Now I can do this. Now, 1d2 stress. Here we go. Let's have it a bit stronger, right? To mark 1d stress. No, it's fine. This is fine. Then we want an ability fetch. I mean, obviously I wanted to be able to fetch something from far range, but do I want to... No, yeah, I do want to do this. And I hope to ask the berry bug, to ask your companion. Yeah, I don't, because initially I wanted to write command, but command seems wrong. To ask the berry bug crawler to retrieve small item from far range. This seems easy enough. Just get something from over there, please. Far range or very far range. Far range is fine. I don't want to make it over too strong. Okay. Frighten. I think... Should I spend a hope? Yeah, why not? Why not? Another spend a hope feature. Because I think it needs to be... I mean, this having a companion is already pretty strong. I think... Yeah, it also makes sense that basically you have to spend a hope because a friend is a friend, and just because you have a friend doesn't mean that they always do what you ask them to do, of course. Because they have a free will as well. So spend a hope, and basically to hope for that they help you in this regard. Yes, so spend a hope to release, and then this plays off of the frightful entrance of this loud menacing screech, to release a menacing screech. All targets in far range must succeed. I mean, I can basically take this. Let's take this. Each target in far range has to succeed on an instinct or presence reaction roll. I mean... no. I think I deliberately exclude the PCs in this. And then I basically just... Huh. Why am I blanking? This seems easy. How does Daggerheart do it with adversaries? I'm blanking. Am I dumb? The first thing we're doing each adversary in far range. Because there are no such thing. There's no such thing as reaction rolls for adversaries. But I mean, I can ask for a normal action roll, or rather... No, let's do it like this. No. I thought so as well. Just make an attack against the difficulty, yes. And instead of this, yeah. Okay. The menacing screech. Making an attack roll. Spent a hope to release a menacing screech. And to release a menacing screech, making an attack roll. Each adversary in far range whose difficulty has been met? No, no. Why am I making it hard on myself? On a success, each adversary in far range, or rather each adversary this attack succeeds against. This is better. Each adversary in far range this attack succeeds against. Yeah, sure, why not? It's getting frightened. While frightened, they have to use their spotlight to move away, basically. Yeah. Each adversary in far range this attack succeeds against becomes temporarily frightened. While frightened, they must spend their spotlight to move away from the source of the noise. They must move away from the berrybug crawler. This seems easy and funny. Spend a hope to release a menacing screech, making an attack roll. Each adversary in far range this attack succeeds against becomes temporarily frightened. While frightened, they must spend their spotlight to move away from the berrybug crawler, removing the condition afterwards. There we go. Easy enough. Cool. So, we have a fetch feature. Get something. We have a frighten feature. Frighten those people. And we have the defense mechanism that if it would get attacked. I love that. That is cool. Let's call it berry bog crawler companion, or rather friend. I mean, it is companion. Here we go. So, I think we did it. I think we did it. We have our little berry bog crawler dude. Let's see, I'm a little bit in the way, but... Okay, for now, what I will do is just something real stupid. I'm over here now. So yes, you guys can see what I did. Let's go over everything. Let's go over everything. So, I created the berry bog crawler, a tier 2 skulk, a large centipede-like bug crawler with long protruding appendages at its head and a sharp set of teeth. It thrives in groups and withers in solitude. I gave it, you might see that these are marked red because these features are outside of the range where normally a tier 2 skulk would be. That's why this beautiful thing, the Homebrew Vault, is telling me exactly this. Damage looks too low for tier 2, you might want to change it, but I want to deliberately keep it at that. Like, if the berry bog crawler is getting compelled to attack, it has a high attack modifier so that it actually hits, because it has strong mandibles, but its damage is not so strong because I don't want it to be actually, like, really dangerous. Because it is actually a social adversary, it just wants to be friends, right? That's what we all made up now. It has a passive feature, Frightful Entrance. When the berry bog crawler enters the scene, it lets out a loud, menacing screech of excitement. Each target in far range has to succeed on an instinct or... Here we go. On an instinct or presence reaction roll or Mark 2 stress. Looking for a friend. Just the info for the GM. The berry bog crawler is not actually hostile towards the PCs. Their way of showing sympathy just differs from humanoids. Regardless of what the PCs might think the berry bog crawler is doing, they are just here to give out gifts and make friends. Aren't they cute? Tackle them with kindness. Tackle with kindness. Kindness tackle? No, tackle with kindness is fine. Okay. Spend a fear to let the berry bog crawler tackle their target out of sheer excitement. The PC must succeed on a strength reaction roll or fall to the ground, taking 1d6 physical damage. I think then this must also be bold. Gift Giver. Mark a stress to let the berry bog crawler place an item of their choice into a PC's bag. This is meant as a gift. Whether or not the PCs perceive this as a gift is another thing. It has a defense mechanism if it would get attacked. So when the PCs attack or act against them, the berry bog crawler will ball up and go into a defensive position, changing their thresholds to 1632. While in this defensive position, every time they are attacked, they release a secretion of foul-smelling liquid, causing the attacker to lose hope. So, do not attack this. Friends, question mark, reaction. When a PC gifts something in return, the berry bog crawler will be satisfied and excited to have found a new friend. Take the berry bog crawler companion card. And this is what we made here. The berry bog crawler companion card. When the berry bog crawler has been befriended, they gain the below... here we go. Features. Fetch. First thing, spend a hope to ask the berry bog crawler... Oh, now, I think I have to move my... Haha. I'm such a pro. Now I have to move over this because otherwise you can't read. So, fetch. Spend a hope to ask the berry bog crawler to retrieve a small item from far range. Frighten. Spend a hope to release a menacing screech, making an attack roll. Each adversary in far range this attack succeeds against becomes temporarily frightened. While frightened, they must spend their spotlight to move away from the berry bog crawler, removing the condition afterwards. Just playing off of the menacing entrance from the main adversary. And the defense mechanism is just very similar to the adversary as well. So if it's getting attacked, there are the defensive stats, difficulty, and thresholds. And while in this position, every attacker would get blasted by this foul-smelling liquid, and then they would need to mark stress. Just a little bit of defense for this little thing to not get hit too much. All right. That is fun. That is cool. I'm so happy that we made this. Awesome. I love this. I love all of these different inspirations from the artworks that are just out there, and just try to think up a way of creating something based on this artwork is just always a very fulfilling process. It's so cool. All right. So we're already over 1 hour. I mentioned this was only supposed to be an hour, which is fine. It's not too far away. But I will end this here right now. I created these two things as part of the weekly Homebrew challenge that I'm hosting over on Reddit and the Heart of Daggers Discord server. If you are as inspired as I was by this piece of artwork, feel free to join us, join the community in also creating a piece of Homebrew for this week's edition. I will, after our stream has ended, I will immediately work on the Reddit post so that I can post it up. And if you want, you can post it over there. It will be active for the whole week, of course, just as Reddit posts. Yeah. You don't have to post something today if you're not up to. You can also join later this week. You can also join whenever in a couple of weeks. If you watch this on YouTube, just find the Reddit post from this week if you want, and add something onto it if you created something. That would be very cool, and I'm so looking forward to seeing what the community is coming up to. Every week I have such a blast reading all of the additions that people provide and show off, because like everyone is a bit different, everyone's creativity is different, and it's just really awesome to see what the community creates. So yeah, anyway, I talked enough for today. Thank you so much, viewers, for coming by, and to everyone who participated in chat, to Cut and Quad and Adventure Lies Ahead and Jeremy Raven, and did I forget someone? Maybe the chat didn't show. So if I forgot someone, oh, Moobot, yes, the Moobot might want to be mentioned as well. No, they don't. Whatever. Anyways, what is this? Go away. Here we go. I'm confused. I should stop now. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for staying here in this little Monday stream. I will be back next week, Monday, latest, with another edition of the weekly Homebrew challenge, of course, where we will create. We don't know yet, but we will see next week. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Have a wonderful week, whatever time period is for you. See you next time.